All right, I would like to call to order the August August 13th meeting of the Teton County Library Board. It looks like we have a quorum. All board members are present. Elizabeth Rohrbach, Miles Jazzolino, Peg Gilday, our new board member Travis Ward, and me, Mary Lee White. I would like to entertain a motion to adopt the agenda. Would someone like to make that motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Peg. Second. Second by Elizabeth. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Well, we have a new board member, Travis. Travis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Longtime resident. I've been here about 26, 27 years or so. I work at the hospital. Started off in the laboratory and now I work in the IT department. Two children that are now getting older, so that's why I have time to volunteer now. And I've been myself and my kids, whole family have been library users our entire time that we've been here. So I always thought this was a great opportunity to be able to start volunteering and give back.
Okay, and what are you reading right now?
Yes, exactly. Currently, I am reading the Truman biography by David McCullough. A big David McCullough fan, and I've never read any of the presidential biographies. And I happened to be, I don't know, a couple of months ago walking by a garage sale that was done for the day, so just everything was free. And I looked down, and there it was, the Truman biography by David McCullough, and I was like, "Well, that's fate. I guess I'm taking that home with me." So that's what I'm currently reading, and it's only 952 pages.
Yeah.
This thing.
I have to think of what your next book is going to be called.
Exactly.
All right. Well, welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
And Peg, welcome for another 3 years. You're welcome.
And I have a couple of things under this agenda item.
Okay.
Since we're welcoming new board members, we're welcoming them to a new meeting room that the library is officially opening to the public today. We have renamed all of our rooms instead of numbers after animals. So you have
I thought it was because we were such good board members that we got.
well, there is that too. And we have them out at the front desk for people today to when they would take a study room or whenever they want to have a snack. And on the youth side, they get mythical animal cookies because the rooms over there are named after mythical animals. So this room will be used as a meeting room. Primarily, so it falls under the meeting room policy because of the size. And on day of, if the meeting room is not reserved as a meeting room, the public will have access to it as a study room. So,
Okay.
so we're going to make as much use of it as possible.
Yeah.
And if you notice behind you is artwork that was in a staff meeting room, but it is the first library board. So we thought that was appropriate to put in this room.
Right.
And I know the foundation has already used this room a few times as a committee meeting room for their board. So.
Nice.
And the other thing I have under the agenda item is Joe Gunyon is our volunteer coordinator. And he is here to talk about your role as a volunteer.
Yeah. So
do you want to bring
Oh,
it up?
yeah.
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 Perfect.
What we have to do is screen share.
Yeah.
Need the browser first.
All right. So since we have a new board member, most of you have gone through this, but just a little reminder of how to log your hours. So I'll do a little demonstration. But just wanted to first talk about, the importance of logging your hours. Our volunteers are wonderful people, and you are all such good board members, as you've mentioned earlier. So we want to give you credit for all of that. I know some of you are a little humble and you're like, we don't need credit, we don't need anything. But the library does like to capture our volunteer hours because it's a really powerful step to tell our community, not only from like a financial fiscal responsibility, we're leveraging a lot of donated time to provide a lot of programs and such for our community. So we really like to highlight that. That's a good way to show, hey, we're really using our community to the best of their ability. But it also shows, the impact that we have, because our board members and volunteers, they're donating their time, they're giving us that time. And we can't do a lot of the stuff that we do without that. So once we show that stat in that big number, like last year, fiscal year, we had over 3,000 hours of volunteer time. And that's wonderful. So we just want to make sure that we're accurately showing off what we're doing here and what you're all doing here. So you all know, except for Travis, about Volgistics. So we were able to streamline how to get into Volgistics once we did the new website. So you just go down here and you go into this volunteer login. And then you'll do your email, which is your tclibedu email. And then your password. Your password will be capital TCL, lowercase ball, BOL, TCL ball. And if you forget that, you can let me know.
Okay.
And then you can set up a more permanent password.
And soon, because this is now unrecorded.
Yeah.
Public will know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I can change that. Basically, all we want to capture from our board members is the hours. You will get notified of all volunteer opportunities. If you want to sign up for those, you're more than welcome to. But I know you're pretty busy here with all this policy stuff. So you can just come up to this service tab, and we only keep track by the month. So if you want to say, this month I did 18 hours or 198 hours. And then just down to the assignment, library board. And then you can just post it, and then that puts it into my reports, and I can accurately report how much time you have all given us.
Peg had a good question. Like, if we just want to go in and put like, so we're starting a new fiscal year right now. Are your reports at like calendar year, or are they fiscal year, or?
We generally do the fiscal year report, but we keep track every month, and you get those stats in like Kip's report. So
we kind of do it at least, we need to do it at least once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
So we can't go in at the end of the year and just say, I attended this many meetings and this many hours. And
ideally not.
So we can't do that for last year.
Because we've kind of run all those reports already. So occasionally we do like calendar year reports, but usually it's fiscal year.
Okay.
So yeah, if you can just keep track on the month, I'm going to try and set up something to remind you to log your hours at the end of the month. It's a little tricky within logistics.
I could do a little, we almost should at the end of our board meeting, just take a minute and everybody just,
item.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're here and we don't have to put it into our brain for other times.
Yeah.
Kip, will you help?
I'll see what I can do.
I'll try to remember.
But yeah, that's I just wanted, if you ever have any issues or anything like that, feel free. I can also load that if you just can't figure it out. I can load them in for you. Just shoot me an email. Be like, I did,
Yeah.
198 hours this month. And I'm happy to put those in for you as well to help you out, because I know you're doing so much for us, and we really appreciate your work. So thanks so much.
Thank you for all
Yeah.
you do.
And that was all I had. Other than feel free to pester me if you need any help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pastor us if I.
Yeah.
Made it through the obstacles.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, moving on our agenda, approval of minutes, and I will move to approve the minutes of the July 16th, 2026 regular meeting. Did anybody have any comments or concerns about the minutes, anything you want to ask about?
Do we recuse ourselves if we weren't in the meeting?
You do.
That was
not.
tricky last
No,
month. The whole
I
thing was
just
so weird.
learned the other day you don't.
Okay.
You get to vote and that doesn't make sense to me, but you
Yeah.
do.
Okay, is there a second for the motion?
I second.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All in favor?
I
Aye. Motion passes. Financial information and reports, Stella?
Do we have
Do we need to
correspondence
say-
or correspondence?
Oh, I assume we do not.
We do not have any correspondence and we do not have any members of the public on. Well, we do. We have Diana, but she's here for something else. And under financial information and reports, we will do those next week at the regular board meeting because the county hasn't released all the reports yet. So the only thing under there is a copy of the adopted budget.
Yeah.
yes.
And every single year, the revenue and the expenses do not balance.
Oh, that was my first question.
Because the county rolls over money from the previous year but it doesn't get reflected here. So they give us some rollover money, but that's what they're giving us this fiscal year, but they're using rollover money from this year, this past fiscal year. And I don't know where it ever shows up, but
So we're not projecting a deficit,
no.
we're projecting more income. I mean, we're not projecting, but we're expecting more income, right? So then we won't have a projected.
There is no
deficit?
projected deficit despite that, what it shows.
Oh, I thought our income was 4,874,000.
Right, and if you do the difference between that and the expenses, that's the rollover amount from that the county does not have to fund us this year for,
Okay.
but it never shows up anywhere. It makes no sense to.
But wait, I'm confused, because the total revenue. The total income is less than the total revenue on this budget,
Total expenses.
total expenses.
Correct. And it is every single year.
Because of the rollover.
Because of the rollover.
But, so.
But I don't know.
But this
and-
budget without the rollover would be projecting a deficit.
Correct.
That was what I
Yes,
was
yes,
saying.
but it won't
Okay.
be.
It won't be, that's right, yeah. All right,
And
but we
I
don't
can't explain
know.
it. I don't think Stella can even explain
We don't even
it.
know how much it is, right? The rollover,
No.
no.
But it's enough that it
Basically,
will
it'll
end
be
up,
to cover all of the projected expenses.
Okay.
right.
I don't know if they don't parse it out per department and they just do it at the end as a budget amendment or something, perhaps. I don't know where it happens, but it balances.
There seem to be a lot of mysteries with the county.
I will also add that in my experience of now being here 5 years, we have not gone over in any single fiscal year, so there's also that. I mean, obviously, we want to try and spend as much as we're allotted, but we have not gone over overall. We might go over in one account line number, but then it all balances with the total amount.
In the past, before the county took over management of everything, they would just give us the money and it would go into a library bank account. And we always had to tell them what amount of cash was on hand at the end of the fiscal year. And then they would subtract that from what they would give us. So it's the same. It's happening, but I don't know. We had it, we could show it in our bank account. Here, we don't have the ability to show it in our bank account. So I don't know where it sits, but.
Okay, Peg,
Two things, in the past, this is more for Travis, we did midstream have some concerns about budget countywide and the group did have to work on decreasing the budget mid-year, so it looks like this year we're not anticipating that, we hope, but should something occur drastic, that might come up, just so you're aware. And I did during my interview have the opportunity to say that I thought that the county financial systems were a little bit antiquated and cumbersome. And, you know, I think the three commissioners that were there nodded. You know, I don't know what they're planning
It's
to do.
actually not the county, it's the state. They use the state software for accounting, so every county uses whatever this strange system is.
Well, accountants must hate it, because things, counting is just numbers and they need to add up, and so it's just very interesting to me, or the paper vouchers or these kinds of things, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I thought as treasurer, they could be greatly improved.
They explain why the audit takes 6 months
Yeah.
every year.
Is now an appropriate time to ask about a line item in the budget?
Sure.
Great, thank you. I just am curious about the equipment expenses because it increased $20,000, I think, from last year to this year. 83 to 105. And I was just curious what that's about. I know there were like 50 new laptops purchased this year.
So,
Be the server.
it could be the server, I'm sorry, I don't
That's
know
okay.
exactly. So the equipment budget, and I'm sorry, which, I don't even have the budget
Oh,
right with me, I apologize.
okay.
Which
Right
exact line?
here, equipment expenses.
Yeah.
There's maintenance went from 55 to almost 75. And then equipment leases went from 27 to 30. I think it's mostly this equipment maintenance one.
Mhm.
So that one is also. It's a shared budget between both facilities and IT. So it could be in either case that. The overall request was increased. Elizabeth, to your question about computers. That was actually out of our capital reserve fund.
Okay.
So we plan that every 5 years, due to the lifespan of the computer equipment, that will replace that. So we put that in to our capital reserve for every 5 years. So that's where that actually came out of.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if there's,
The firewall.
yeah.
I don't have the detailed
Sure.
budget in front of me to remember.
No problem.
Yeah.
But it's.
Well, maybe Saul, you
There
could
are-
email me after the meeting at some point. I'm just curious.
Sure.
Thank you.
Which is your job?
Yes.
Curious.
It does seem like there are many
No.
things went down by like a small percentage.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, there are some big jumps, but many things like
Mhm.
fees and things that should go down to that's about. I have another question about the top line item under workforce plan of WFP salaries. Was this a pretty small number than all library staff salaries? It's kind of more what I was expecting. Is what the first salary item?
The first salary is full-time. Which is 2,817,553.
Yeah, I was not seeing where the, I was thinking of decimal. but-
That's the full-time staff, and then there's one further down that says library staff salaries, and that's part-time. The way that the county has difficulty recognizing part-time employees. And so they don't get included in the workforce plan when they calculate annual costs. So I have to put in a separate line that says we estimate all of our part-time employees may work up to, I think we budgeted 18 hours on average per week this year. So and it varies, some work 12, some work 20. So it just kind of works out that 18 is sort of the average. And the county clerk estimates the cost for full-time staff, but does not estimate any part-time staff costs. So we have to put that in separately.
But it looks like the part-time people still get benefits.
They get limited benefits. They earn 3 hours of sick time per month and 4 hours of holiday pay on the 11 paid holidays that we receive. And that's provided they work 15 hours or more per week.
Okay.
Thank you.
I noticed you reduced your health insurance costs. That was amazing. How did that happen in this climate?
Curious.
I don't know the answer to that,
Okay.
but I know that they did renegotiate some of the providers on some of the other the related benefits, and so those costs went down, so.
And that's another county benefit. So is the county doing the negotiating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we don't have.
I believe it is expected to increase, I think, 12% next year, so.
Stella, did you have comments?
I did not,
Okay.
or do not.
Could you remind me about the capital reserve, please? I know it's been 50,000. Wasn't it 150 in the past? This past year it was 50, and so we're jumping up to 150 again?
Yes, so.
Great.
When we were doing the budgeting process for fiscal year 26, because we're now in 27. That was the year that we had to do budget. I think we had to come back and forth like 2 or 3 different times where we were told from the commissioners that we had to cut across countywide, not just us. And even though we knew that we don't want to cut capital reserves, that was definitely a budget that it was a little more seamless to really be able to just take funds out of. And so that's why last year it was only funded at $50,000.
Right.
And then this year, when doing the budgeting process for fiscal 27, fortunately, we were not told that we needed to do any sort of drastic measures. And so that's why we put it back to 150,000. But I will mention that there was a process that changed at the very end of last fiscal year, which is typically at the start of every fiscal year, what we were doing was coming to you board, asking you if we could move the funds in capital reserve for the current fiscal year, if we could transfer that into our capital reserve account, which is like a separate account. At the end of, I think I may be touched on this in either June or July, but I know like Peg wasn't here and Travis wasn't here. We found out that we actually can't do that anymore. I guess the treasurer's office found that out from the accounting department, from the auditors. So what we'll be doing now is just that 150,000 will just stay in the expenditure budget like any other accounting amount. If we spend over that, then I need to then do a process of emailing Mo Murphy, the county clerk, and just saying, it looks like we're over, but we actually have the funds sitting in our capital reserve fund. And then they would do some sort of adjustment accounting wise. So that's just one slightly different process that we'll have from the way we've been operating in the previous years.
And if we're underspent, do we then at the end of the fiscal year do a budget transfer?
I'll have to find that out. Yeah.
Otherwise, that means the 150 never ever makes it over to the capital.
The reserve,
Right.
yes. And just to add to that, one of the reasons that we have done that is that per state statute, once our funds are in our capital reserve account, they cannot be touched by the county versus other departments can touch those funds. But that's stated, if we need to do something that is a capital project, a capital improvement project, we must use our capital reserve funds first before going to the county for any additional funding, so.
Thank you.
And I would add, even when we only budgeted 50,000 last year, for the last at least 3 or 4 years, we've transferred our earned interest income into that fund, so we fund it well over 150,000 every year anyway, so.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've got one more question. It might come up later with Leslie getting job in Alta, but is there any plan to do passport processing on the Alta side, having her there? That's just too many
We
things.
can't do, it's site specific, and it would require a lot of paperwork and work on probably Eva's part over there, so it's site specific, and because Leslie will be working here on Fridays, she's going to do 2 passport appointments on Fridays while she's here, so she will continue to be an agent for us. And apparently there's not a whole lot of demand for, I think Eva said she's had maybe one person ask about passport application over there, so either they're coming over here just because they do, or people over there travel less, I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Stella. The director's report, yeah.
First thing you'll notice is the report is 16 pages long. That is because in July, I did write a report, and apparently I didn't save it and gave you May's report or June's report. So you saw the same report twice. So I've included June and July in this report. So you'll see a lot of information from leadership team. But the things to note is mainly library staffing news, and you mentioned Leslie will be moving over to Alta as full-time senior library assistant, bringing some stability and well, stability for sure, but more flexibility for Eva to be able to focus on her job as manager of the branch, and not having to worry about staffing the branch as much when she goes on vacation or calls out or something. So
is she commuting to Alta, or is she actually?
she
moving?
lives in Driggs.
Oh, okay, excellent.
So that was, she's done the commute for 5 years,
Yeah,
and so she's
yeah.
kind of excited to stay over there.
Yeah.
We also, after long period of recruitment, we were successful in hiring a librarian.
That's such good
He
news.
comes with a lot of great experience, different perspective that we don't really have reflected in the library pool right now. So that'll be great. He will be coming to us at the end of September.
Did he say anything about how he's managing his housing?
He's looking, I know he has submitted some applications, because, Angela has been asked to, do the piece that she's supposed to do as the manager, for him. So I know he's actively looking. I don't, he went in the interview, he talked about, what the commute might be like from over the pass or through the canyon, so he's aware of what he may have to do. But he wants to be here, it seems, so. And at some point, if it looks like he's not finding something, I know in the past, we've sent out messages to staff, and anything, even if it's just a room or whatever, it's a good place to start, so.
Okay, and when's he coming here?
He starts on the 28th of September, so sometime prior to that.
Okay.
And then musical chairs continue with Leslie moving to Alta. We have her position open. So that is now posted on the county and the library's website, and recruitment is underway. And we have some part-time staff who I know are interested in full-time at the library, and perhaps somebody in the building is looking to change departments. So I'm guessing maybe it's going to be another internal hire, and then we'll need more musical chairs. And then the other thing, Institute of Museum and Library Services has been doing some programming around the country, focused on the 250th anniversary of the country, but also on just civic engagement and trying to increase that. And there's an event, the last one of the 5 I think they've done will be in Reno, and given who they say should attend, I don't know why they invited me in the first place, but I did nominate Leah, as our representative. And so she will be going to Reno at the beginning of September to represent us and to, hopefully engage and talk, with other people doing the same kind of work she's doing and come back with some great ideas on top of the great ones she already has.
And I made a note of this under matters from board members, but Band Book Week is coming up. I mean, it'll be here in a flash, October 4 to 10. And
Yes.
October 10th is Let Freedom Read Day. And then with Leah going to this conference, and we talked about advocacy in our collab group. I'm just wondering if there is talk about what we might be doing and if there's a way that our board can support.
I could tell you we have partnered with Off Square Theater for the staged reading of Fahrenheit 451. If you would like to audition, there are open auditions. You have to have no acting experience. It will be a staged reading, so, but auditions are open. I think they're at the end of this month. So if you'd like to participate in that way, I will be out of town, so I'm actually going to email them and see if there's a way I could do something without having to be here present for the auditions. But
Special
be kind of fun
edition.
to get out of my
Yeah, that'd be great.
comfort zone a little bit. But we are doing that. We always have some sort of display. And I'm not sure what else might be planned, but
Didn't we cover books last year or something like that?
I remember I-
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of clever.
That-
Or is that,
that-
that might be
that-
Mystery Day.
that-
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were gearing up because that's the week I wrote the op-ed, right? For Banned Book Week about the because the
Because of
Wyoming
the-
law was in committee
yeah,
and it was being hashed out. And so we need to be up on all that.
Yeah.
What's going on with the upcoming session, which is gonna be way scarier than the last one because it's a general session. And there's gonna be more time to get that terrible legislation through, but we have an election between now and then. And you're going to WLA meeting and probably can tell us what's going on about statewide advocacy in this upcoming session.
Yeah, as a member of WLA's executive board, and Angela is also on the executive board, we both participate. Wyoming Library Association has a legislative committee. So, we have a meeting, I think, next week. But at the WLA conference, Better Wyoming will be doing a pre-conference. And then there are some, library employees throughout the state of Wyoming that are part of the advocacy with MPLA and so forth, and they'll be doing a pre-conference as well, which I'm hoping to attend depending upon my overall schedule, so that might be able to bring some information back regarding that, so.
And I did notice that in most of the forums, they were asking the question about library book banning. And I know WyoFile has like the responses from all of the candidates and you can read what their responses were. And if you want to know who to vote for, just ask me. I don't think I can tell you.
We'll talk after.
and I did send out the results of the WLA survey of candidates.
Thank you for cutting through kind of their report.
Yeah, it was hard. That
I
was a hard report.
appreciate looking at it.
I may have slipped in a little bias in my interpretation, but
Well, and it was
it
like every county too, so you're like, oh, where's my county? Like, it was.
it was just really a kind of a dismal response rate. It was,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
only people who
Yeah.
cared about
Right.
library issues that responded, I think.
Yeah, and that was
Um,
scary, the
And
percentage.
the number of people who didn't respond leaves you wondering. Where they-
What bad trouble we could be in.
Yeah,
Is there, like a countywide, do library employees get time to go and vote on election days for primaries, or how does that work with library staffing?
It is required by law.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they would have to request.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people either early vote whenever they can, or I mean, anybody who works in the building can go stand in line and vote.
It's here.
Not even, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions for Kip on his report?
One little thing, I do love your report data from what's going on in the library. I feel like it's great, it's all there, but I kind of have to pick through it a little bit. Is there like a chart so you can see? Can you turn that data into a chart or more, a more readable format? I'm just curious to know, are there any real trends? Like some things will go really far up, some things come really far down. I'm not asking for a reason for everything, but maybe a better understanding of trends as opposed to just this year versus last year or this month versus last month. I would assume that's a doable thing, such important data. But just the way to read it is a little tricky.
I get that.
Is it possible with this software to do that? The software this comes from?
This comes from Excel, so
Uh,
if I knew more about Excel, I'm sure.
So
it can be
you
turned-
do it, somebody doesn't give you this report, you're pulling it all together.
Everybody enters their data and then, yes, it used to be, I don't remember how many documents. It was like 5 or 6 different documents that we used to have to pull this from. So this all is in one document now, and it's designed all primarily to meet the needs for the state report that's done annually. So these are the things the state or IMLS collects. But yes, I'm sure Excel data can be turned into a pie chart or a graph or whatever,
I'm
so.
trying to make your life harder. See, I think for
But
me,
yes, I
think
can
there's
understand
some,
why you would want to
like,
see.
downward trends in a lot of categories.
Yeah.
Why, is it just a shift?
Yeah.
And maybe it's more of whoever analyzes it to just give us, a half a dozen highlights, maybe.
I love that.
Something, it doesn't
Some
have to be, I
highlights.
don't want more paperwork either, but you understand what I'm asking
Yes.
for, when you look at this, that, well, this looks like a really big up or down, and here's why, or just
Mhm.
picking a few highlights might really help us.
And I'd say conversations I've had with some of the staff, what I think are sometimes putting things in, like, oh, I'm glad someone's reading that, I will do a better job, because there's a lot that like we don't get 1 month when we get it the next
Yeah.
one.
Mm,
So I really am interested in that. And so,
please extend that.
yeah, that we can keep getting some of those, because like when we have a missing one for like 2 months and then the next one's really big,
Right.
like they're not able to see.
I do have a question about one of the line items. I feel like a trend that I might be recalling is less Spanish speaking events. So I just kind of wanted to call that out again. I think maybe one of the reasons in the past was shared just like attendance was less. And so for that reason, we were pulling back the programming. Am I
Yes.
recalling
Yeah.
that correctly? Okay,
Patty is
great.
significant declines in
Right.
participation.
Right, because I saw we
For-
did 0.
For some obvious reasons.
Right.
And so she's focusing in other areas, primarily her outreach to Munger and
Mhm.
doing Spanish story times and more youth than adult things.
Yes. Well, and
Though I think she still do her parenting.
She hasn't been.
That's what I.
Yeah.
And the language exchange program that she used to do is now going to be through CWC.
okay,
So some things have shifted.
sure.
Um,
All makes sense. Just something I'm keeping my eye on.
and I could probably invite her to a future meeting and we
Oh.
could talk about it.
That'd be
So,
great.
I think that'd be amazing. Yeah, but to
But
point out
yeah,
the children,
just to talk about like the Spanish collection itself, very little circulation.
okay.
And I think maybe we made assumptions that that's what the community wanted. And that's not what the community wants. So we need to do a better job of understanding and reaching out to the community, and asking, what do you really need from the library? Because it's not a Spanish language collection that people are looking for. Probably don't have time often to just sit down and read.
It would be good to have a conversation with Patty about it, because I have a lot of questions that, I. But I don't know much about our, Spanish speaking community these days. And so I hate to take up library board time with those questions, so. It'd be nice, to have a chat with Patty, yeah.
The partnership with Sprout Mobile, lots of the kids I work with are
Yeah.
going and getting books there. And
Yeah.
I can't say off the top of my head what percentage are Spanish, but there are some
There are quite a,
at those
Yeah.
partnership ones, which has been cool to see.
That's great. Yeah, the usage of 0 to 5-year-old children is way up. This year, 705 from 458. Good job.
Well,
No, you go.
I saw in one of the comments of the control body about something about the chairs in the computer area changing. Is there a plan for that, of them not being like anatomically correct? I intended to go, but then we came to a different door. Just what's that chair
Where-
situation for the computers? And
the
one of the public comments.
Ordway chairs are planned to be replaced this year, and I just included those as ones that we can replace this year too. I don't know why the computer center has the same uncomfortable wooden chairs. I mean, it's just not appropriate furniture, but that's what's been there since I've been here and probably forever.
Yeah.
But they're not appropriate for computer stations, so they will be replaced with more office chair type seats.
Cool. Like that. So there you can like lean back in and stand.
Well, if you want to.
Then I
You,
just,
you gotta do it within the rules of behavior.
there are a lot of dates in this report, upcoming, closures, trainings, et cetera. And I think Diana's probably gonna hit on this, but a big date to remember is September 12th, Old Bill's Fun Run.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I don't have that on here.
Yeah, I don't know. But Diana probably has got some information about that. And then the other thing is, can you remind me about customer service training? Are we gonna see the, kind of evaluate the outcome of our cultural?
The thought is that through the process with Rose, that customer service itself should improve somewhat. So we'll see where that goes, and then we may still want to do a full-on customer service training, and that would probably be in the spring.
All right. Just
But
trying
we
to
wanted to
keep all
get
the
through
threads.
Rose's work first and deal with workplace culture and see where that lands us, and then go forward with customer service.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Okay, we'll move on to nomination and election of officers.
No, we want to go to Diana.
Oh, Diana, oh my God, how could I forget?
Hello. Thank you so much. I sent my report super late, so you probably did. I don't know if you got it last night or not, but I included in the report just a quick summary of some of the upcoming things as well as what we've been doing. One, just to point out a few things. One is that we are just about, well, we have just about finished our annual report. We have all the final edits in for the library and the Foundation and Friends combined annual report. And so that's going to print today. We will have that ready for distribution the week of August 24th. And so you'll see it on the library front desks. We're also going to have it as an insert into the Jackson Hole News and Guide on August 26th. And then the Foundation and Friends will do a direct mailing to all library volunteers and supporters or donors that week as well during our Old Bills giving season. So super excited for you guys to see it. It just turned out phenomenally, so I can't wait for you to see it. Old Bills, yes, a couple of things. Right away, we have our launch of giving season tomorrow, Friday the 14th. So we'll be at Russ Garriman Park in the morning. So if any of you would like to join us, we will have our library is calling signs out. We'll be taking photos and we'll be rooting for our rubber ducky that has the Library Foundation and Friends number on it to hopefully finish in the top 3, and then we are awarded some funds. So that's exciting. So if you have some time tomorrow, we'll be there around, well, the event's from 9:30 to 11. The rubber duckies are launched at 10. And so just come anytime and they'll have Community Foundation will have refreshments out as well. And then Old Bill's Run Day is going to be on the 12th. So put that on your calendar for Saturday, September 12th. It's going to start a half hour early this year at 8:30. And the Foundation and Friends will have a booth again for the full morning giving out free books. And then we invite you to join us for the start of the run, where we'll be making some noise for the library and holding up our signs, taking photos. So we really hope you join us to do that on the morning of the run. And one more date for Old Bills is our rush hour rally. So if I think some of you participated. I don't know, Elizabeth was there last year. Mary Lee was there last year. I think, were you Peg too? I think this was on the Thursday before the run. We gather outside the library during the morning commute from 8:15 to 8:45, holding up our library signs. Again, a lot of them, honk if you love the library. So we just make a lot of noise within our community to raise awareness about the library right before the Old Bills run. So that's going to be Thursday, September the 10th. Um, Also on the report I submitted to you.
Burritos.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Kip. We will be. We do.
You work up an appetite, like waving your sign around. You get a
You have to
burrito.
bribe people.
Totally forgot that we host breakfast that day. So DOG burritos in the morning, breakfast burritos. So we sent out an email, email invitation to you all a few days before so that you could submit your order for which burrito you want. So yes, we do feed you breakfast. Thank you. Also on the agenda or on the report is the budget approval. So two items on there. You'll see the fiscal year 27 final approved total library funding requests. That document, we send it to you in the format that the library staff submits to us. So it's a little bit different format than what I shared with you last month. This is what the final budget that the library staff submits that's approved. And then we also submitted to you the final, roughly final. I don't know if there's any more straggling payables to insert into the report, but that should be just about the final numbers for fiscal year 26 that just wrapped up June 30th. So you can see what the Foundation and Friends supported in terms of library enhancements for 26.
How much is that, Diane? Just since
I don't see it in I'm looking at my.
we don't have it in front of us. Do you mind just sharing the number?
I just got it.
Oh, it's from you.
Yeah.
It's from you. Okay.
Okay, so it's yes, so the approvals. Oh, do you have it?
Yeah.
So the approval for fiscal year 27 total library funding 620,458. And that's a 14-page workbook that you can see all the various areas and library departments that we're supporting. And then for fiscal year 26 that just finished, the total funding was $510,707. And again, that report, you can just go through every line item to see which areas were funded.
Thank you so much. Please extend our thanks.
Oh, it's our pleasure to partner with you all and really help to impact our community. It's just such a meaningful experience, and we're really excited about it. We have an upcoming social, so one more thing to mark on your calendar. We would love to have an opportunity for all the Library Foundation and Friends Board, the Library Board, and Library Leadership, as well as our Friends Committee, to all get together for a social opportunity. So on Wednesday, October 21st, it will be in the evening. We'll be sending you an email invitation and details soon. In the evening after our board meeting, we'll gather for a social event. Elizabeth, you look like, oh no, it's a conflict with your schedule.
I'll be out of town.
Okay. Oh, we'll miss you.
I will too. Thank you.
Um, Last thing I want to just it's is request if you all want to participate in our outreach and communications. We do have a grand reads feature on our monthly e-newsletter and our social media account where we feature board members' favorite books and book recommendations. So if you all have one, I included in the report I sent to you a link to our Google form for you to fill that out and submit your favorite reads. And then we can feature you if you're willing to be featured in our email newsletter and in our social media. And Travis, great to meet you via Zoom. Hope to meet you soon in public and in person. And that's it. I look forward to working with you in the coming year.
Great, thank you. Looking forward to it as well.
Diana usually likes to have just to sit down and talk about what the foundation does.
Oh, great.
So
Love that.
maybe arrange.
Yeah, I'll arrange that. I'll reach out to you. And I think I haven't even sat down with you, Miles. Have we sat down for your orientation for the Foundation and Friends? Okay.
I don't, let's do it.
Let me send you all some email invitations to get together to, I love to spend, a half hour or so, whatever you want, half hour to an hour, just getting to know each other and talking a little more in-depthly about what we do as a supporting nonprofit.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Also, I wanted to just shout out that the last newsletter, I found the Kayla Brosius Collection and Access Services librarian. They did sort of like meet Kayla and follow the journey of a book through the library. And it was like, I thought it was really, really good to know. So if you can take a look at that little feature that they had in their newsletter, their last newsletter, it was really good, really great.
Thank you, Mary Lee. And if you are not receiving our monthly e-newsletter, please jump on our website, supporttclib.org, and sign up for our monthly newsletter. And then we also have all of those stories that you just mentioned are included on our stories tab on the website. So those are our blog stories. And one more thing to let you know, I'm so happy you pointed out Kayla, because one of the things we're doing is we're featuring people profiles every month, and we're kind of rotating between what we call library champions. So those are donors and volunteers, board members like you, everyone who supports the library. We have a feature about library partners, and those are folks and organizations within the community that actually partner with the library on programs and services. And the last feature are library stewards, where we'll be featuring library staff members like Kayla, who steward our library and help to impact our community in great ways. So look out for those, you guys. Thank you, Mary Lee, for pointing that out. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, now nomination and election of officers. Would someone like to make a motion?
I move to nominate for 1-year terms Mary Lee White for chair, Peg Gilday for vice chair, Miles Yazzolino for secretary, and Elizabeth Rohrbach for treasurer.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Do we have a second? Second. Thank you, Peg. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great, nobody belled. So I'm
Glad to teach you. So that we got you back.
I'm happy to fill in about you, because I'm familiar and even train somebody when.
Thank you.
Because it sounds like you might have one in October that Good
And
deals.
I've done it once now.
I know,
So I
thank-
have
yeah.
experience.
Okay,
I
great.
can't
Just
say
letting
I
you know.
have.
I will say, maybe just for it to be on record, I know there are reasons why it has to be done here, but I just feel like that is so restrictive in terms of the time in which the treasurer has to be available to come here to do that. And I wish it was able to be done outside of the business hours. Not your faults,
Yeah.
just.
Good, noted. Thank you. So did everybody have a chance to look at the meeting schedule and, any comments or concerns?
I think I have a fair amount of flexibility, so I just, if someone feels the need to wiggle things around, I'm open to it, so.
And it just note that our next meeting is a voucher meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we have a meeting next week
We
that's
have a-
in person.
No, next week is.
Next week can be online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
the
we're
voucher
just doing
meeting.
vouchers and financial reports.
Perfect, thank you.
Still requires me though to do the vouchers.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, right now, if anybody knows they're gonna miss the September meeting, because I am going to. And I just wanna make sure that we have a quorum for that meeting
Is
in
it virtual
September.
September 17th?
Yeah, it's a voucher meeting, so just,
I will be in Montgomery, Alabama for my.
you'll be gone, I'll be
I
gone.
can tune in if need be, but I think it's just vouchers, so Stella will.
But, and the big thing is that we have a quorum.
I'll be here.
I can be
Okay.
virtual.
Okay,
I can join.
okay,
I can be here.
great, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
That's a call-in.
Yeah.
Not a in
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Um,
Is there room to potentially move it back to what's in kind of the bylaws of 9 AM over 9:30, or is there a reason why we've made it 9:30?
I can say it was set at 9:30. I don't know, when Lisa McGee was chair, none of us. Several of us are not morning people, so we went with 9:30.
I prefer the nine, as to, if
But
you do.
it's your meeting, so you get to decide when it is.
I mean, the library opens at 9, so it means staff really have to come before
Early. to like-
early. I would prefer 9. I don't know, whichever.
I can do either.
Does it require working with the county to change?
No,
Okay.
we don't have to do anything other
So,
than change the.
Since I think there's a lot of indifference here, other than Miles would really like it to be 9 at 9. Kind of brings it to you two, is it troublesome to come at 8, like 8:30 and get ready for a 9 o'clock meeting?
No, I just have to adjust my schedule. So, I mean, it's your meeting, so you get to decide.
I'd go for, I mean, we could vote if you want, if we wanna go 9 o'clock or 9:30.
Is it more burden on staff, like IT setting up this room and stuff, or?
No, they're here prior
Sure,
to,
before that, but
And
it's just. If you don't get to come through the staff door like some of you did this morning, then the meeting will start a little shortly
Yeah.
after 9 o'clock if you wait for the doors to open or something.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I'm ready to agree 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is so
Okay,
we do need to amend this resolution.
are we good with the third week? That's better for county reports.
Yeah.
Should they ever get released?
Yeah.
Okay with that?
Okay,
Okay. And so I see that I have to sign the report, so can
I
we just
will-
make a,
it'll be quick if you wanna wait.
Oh, yeah.
If you wanna make the motion as amended, and then I can reprint this.
Okay.
After the meeting.
all right, would someone like to make that resolution with the amendment?
Move to pass the resolution adopting fiscal year 27 library board of directors meeting schedule with the TAN amendment to the start time of our regularly scheduled meetings to 9 AM.
I'll second.
Thank you, Miles, for the motion, Peg for the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on, matters from board members. And, yeah, I don't know if any of you noticed, but in our Teams folder now, you will see a folder called United for Libraries Conference. And I put all of the slide decks from the, four, sessions that I attended. The one of the greatest importance is be the best public library trustee. And I actually want to discuss a little bit of what I learned in that at our retreat. It was really interesting. Because I think this was so great to be able to attend a virtual conference. I was like riveted from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was really good. The other one was pertinent, navigating the hiring process. I learned a lot and also brought up a lot of questions. Breaking down silos. And really, I think that's kind of what Rose will be dressing a little bit too in her workshop with staff and leadership. And then library champions is what Ames Iowa Library did in light of these banning laws that are being put forth in legislatures. And it just made me really feel like I think it would be so great if our library could do something a little, beyond just letter writing and contact that's more enduring. Like, how do we educate the public to be more of a advocate for the freedom to read, and how to negotiate the league, like the legislative neighborhood, and just something a little bit beyond having our book displays and things like that.
Ties into something, the article that I sent last week or early this week, by Marion Yoder for WyoFile.
Oh, yeah.
She reached out to me after she sent me the article and said that, Amanda Jones, the librarian from Louisiana who wrote That Librarian, and it really wants to visit Wyoming. And so I was going to talk to Diana, like we did the librarians last year, maybe something around Amanda Jones as a special speaker would be something we might want to consider doing. And I don't know what that looks like, but she will be at my conference in September as a speaker, so I will talk to her and see if she really is interested in coming to Wyoming and see what we could arrange. But she's a great speaker. She's experienced a lot.
And maybe something could come out of that too, like the Ames Library did, where they had like a cohort of community members who went through like 3 sessions to learn how to lobby and how to speak at public meetings, and how, basically how to be an advocate for freedom to read. Yeah, so just things to think about. And
We're in an interesting situation here where the rest of the state doesn't want to hear Teton County people speaking.
right.
So I think whatever we do, we'd want to maybe expand it beyond Teton County.
Right.
And help create advocates around the state somehow. And I know that Better Wyoming has done a good job of trying to do that. So
There was another effort that
Diana has a question, I know.
Oh, Diana, do you have
I just wanted to add to what you said, Mary Lee, because that is a conversation among our board members about how do we continue the momentum that was started with the librarian screening and film panel? And you'll see in our annual report that comes out next week is we did about a 1.5 page spread about advocacy featuring the librarians event and talking about the impact of that and how it did rally so many folks in the community to attend that workshop, the advocacy workshop. And then I think it rallied about 165, it was documented, residents who either spoke out with a phone call, public testimony, or a letter to their legislators. So I know that our board has established for fiscal year 27 within our budget a substantial allowance for any potential other events like you're describing with Amanda Jones or any workshops, or I think we would love to continue this conversation with you and with the library about how we can support. And I just wanted to also raise a quick note that Angela came to me yesterday to talk about the upcoming partnership with Off Square Theater and said there is a bit of an interest for the Foundation and Friends to potentially be named as the partner for that, just so that it's kind of like the librarians, wherein the library gets to remain neutral and the Foundation and Friends and volunteers who support and advocates who support can be the ones to rally the community around these things. So, this is all just early conversations. I just want you to know that we're having them and we'd love to continue having those conversations with you.
Excellent, thank you. Made me think of quite a few things.
Great.
But also the other sort of outreach advocacy effort that caught my attention took place in Texas. And a librarian put together this a display that traveled from school to school, and it is dressed up as a patriotic kind of like be a great citizen, know how to be a good citizen. And then it had all these different things about really like what does it mean to have the freedom to read, and who benefits and who, anyway, tried to look it up so I could talk a little bit more fluently about it today, but I failed to do that. So, but I will find it, and maybe I'll share it with us during our retreat. At our retreat, I can share it with Cole Lab, and we can think about some possibilities of how, because I totally agree with Kip, we can rally all the support in Teton County that we can, and it just isn't going to help us if everywhere else in Wyoming is falling and failing. So yeah, I hope that we can think a little bit beyond how we can influence beyond I mean, I feel like it's our responsibility. We have that freedom here that we could put together some kind of something and tour it around the state, and maybe that's what we need to do. So
Yeah.
The one thing I can add to that is I got was in Cheyenne, late winter, early spring, got a tour of the Capitol from Mike Garreau, our legislator. And one of the things he mentioned at the very end is show up in person. He said when the legislators are meeting in their committees and subcommittees, sure, there are lots of lobbyists who attend in person, things like that. That's pretty standard. They don't really give them much attention. He said, but when the public shows up, his quote was, the legislators start getting nervous. So he said the most effective way is show up in person.
and hopefully
And I know that's hard.
on our way.
Well,
I know that's hard, but it's
one of the committees refused to take
public comment.
public comments online.
Yeah,
saying they
yes,
needed to be,
like, yes.
it said
in
that they
person,
needed
yes.
to be present, and
Mhm.
that is in violation of ADA, everything. And I agree that yes, in person makes a difference, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so wrong.
Yeah.
Especially in a state where it takes 8 hours to travel to the Capitol. It's not they need to wake up and.
In the middle of the
understand what-
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great, we're all thinking about it. Then we need to set a date for our special board meeting. Which is going to be a retreat. As it says here, we want to talk about the role of the board. We want to talk about housing and what we're gonna do about our strategic plan. So how, do you wanna, should we try to find a date? Should we look kind of for general consensus about when we could do this? How should we proceed with finding the date?
I think here and now.
Yeah, what's the rough idea within a month or two or three?
I would say the sooner the better.
Don't see it happening until October based on my
Okay.
calendar.
All right.
And Stella's calendar, and there's conferences and vacations, and
Mhm.
mid-October is kind of the best time, I would think.
And right now, my mid-October is wide open. How's it?
Well, let's think we have our board meeting on the 15th.
Okay,
Will this be a public meeting? I'm assuming this is a public meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
it'll be a special meeting, but it'll be billed as a working session, so it won't be on Zoom, it won't be recorded. It'll just be if somebody wants to show up in person, they can be there, but
Yeah.
there's no, it's a work session, there will be no decisions made or anything. We'll have these discussions, and if there's anything that needs to be decisions, they'll be at a board meeting.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure, like, I put it on my calendar. I'd love to just listen in on the conversation, especially related to strategic planning and housing, because I think those directly impact our organization.
and Diana, actually, we talked about you possibly presenting to us about what we're doing. We need to learn about housing, how we're supporting housing for our staff now, and then what we would like to do going into the future and how to get there. So it's a complicated conversation, and I think Kip and you together can really help us understand better where we're at right now and where we can possibly go.
Okay, fantastic. Then I'm unavailable October 9th through 18th out of town. So I
That's
apologize
when
for
you're
that.
gone.
Yeah.
9th to 18th, you're out of town.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we want to do it before our meeting on the 15th, we'd be looking at what, the 5th through the 8th?
Let's just
Maybe that's
talk
just
about
fine.
Kip's availability next to Diana's. So we
Mhm.
know now that Diana is gone was it the 9th?
Yeah.
To the,
My
18th.
best date is the 21st or 22nd.
I can't do either. I'm sorry.
The 14th is ideal, but Diana is not available. I'm gone the last week for a board retreat.
So the week of the 5th does
7th
not work.
The 7th could
Okay.
work.
The 7th?
the 7th?
And if the week of the 9th through the 18th is the best, I can join via Zoom on any day except the 14th.
What about the 7th? Kip said maybe the 7th. What? Would you have to move something, Kip, or?
No, I don't have to move anything.
So the 7th? How about October 7th? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And if there are anything that needs to be decision-making wise, we have a meeting the following week, so.
Exactly.
I have a colonoscopy the day before, but hopefully.
Those are easy.
Okay. Board retreat on the 7th and,
You don't have to drink that stuff all day. It's like one time before bed or something.
So are we talking 9 a.m.? Normal start time?
We don't have much in person, so I could do later in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time would you prefer?
I would like 10 to 12.
10 to 12, yeah,
9:30
so
to
you can
12.
kind of get in and.
Later's
get
better
everything.
for you? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, we don't have in-person programming.
Okay.
It's
Wow, that's excellent.
there yet.
So shall we
Maybe 2
say like
hours is
10,
enough?
10 to 1 and maybe we'll
We
have
could have lunch.
sandwiches for lunch.
Yeah, we can do lunch.
Okay, 10 to 1.
10 to-
And we're-
Fully clear.
Yeah.
May I ask, will you want this room or the Ordway, if the Ordway's probably available at this point?
I think this room, and it's gonna be more of a conversation, not so much of an agenda type meeting, right? We can just chat. And yeah, I think this room.
Thank you.
I may ask April Norton to come.
Yes, yes. I think that'd be good. Yeah, and I think that should be first and then strategic plan second and then board, role of the board third.
Okay.
Okay.
And fourth, logging our time on the volunteer portal.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna put it under other matters. For the board.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Diane?
confirming October 7th, 11 a.m. to 1 potentially.
I think
10 to 1. 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Oh, 10 to 1, 10 to 1,
Yeah.
housing, strategic planning, and roles of the board. Okay, perfect. I have it on my calendar. Thank you. I'll be there.
And
You.
okay, oh, and then the other thing I just wanted to refresh on is that I think you begin your engagement with Rose on next week,
Tuesday.
like Tuesday. And and we talked about this in our last meeting that she identified deliverables. And if we can get copies of the deliverables, I don't know, is that for sure? Like I'm
It's what we signed
Oh, okay.
agreement for.
so that'll be the way the board kind of keeps up on what's going on and we understand how things are working and what's happening there.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Anything else?
Thank you for this file. This is really great to have this file that you're putting together on the, in our board packets, I think that really helps. I feel like there's a lot of things and it's nice to have it all.
Like, I'm not sure what you're talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, what you put
The
together,
conference.
the conference.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a
okay.
really good idea to have those.
Yeah, and
Maybe we can build off.
I'm gonna talk to Kip about that a little
Yeah,
bit
that's
more,
great.
because I
Sorry.
think our files in Teams could be, maybe get rid of some old stuff and kind of consolidate some things and get that a little more orderly. I promise to work on that.
Cause I'm
This
sorry,
year.
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. Could you be a little more?
Oh,
clear with
so
folders
just go
there?
to Teams, maybe
Yep.
click back at the very beginning of Teams. And,
There we
it
go.
is,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Main folder.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Good
it.
idea.
Let's see, a motion to adjourn. Who would like to do that? Okay, I move. I move to adjourn the August 13, 2026 special meeting be adjourned. All in, second?
Second.
Peg, thank you. And, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Diana.
Goodbye. Thank you.